All right, everyone. Welcome once again to our special Christmas in July class on this beautiful Tuesday. It's great to have you along, and as you can tell, I am super excited to be celebrating Christmas in July. I'm Sheena, one of the dietitians, and I have a really fun morning planned for us. Okay, so here's just a little tidbit for you in case you didn't know. It's only 5 months away. Okay, Christmas is only 5 months away. Um, but why are we celebrating today? What are we like? I have this here. Why, Shayna? Why are we doing this? And it's just because we're having fun, right? Christmas in July is a thing, and it's actually celebrated in July rather than June because it's just meant to be a really nice break from the summer heat. So we're going to be making some refreshing treats that are produce packed today. All right. Now, before we do that, you guys know I love a good poll question. So what do you think about today? Okay, and what I'm doing here. Okay, you can celebrate Christmas in July all month long, or next Friday, actually July 25th, would be that official Christmas in July day. So do you celebrate? Yes, no, or maybe you watch Hallmark movies. But no, you don't. But today you might start. All right. Like I said, I like to think of it all month long, but on the actual 25th, which is only 10 days away, I wanted to do this class ahead of time so you had time to prepare for the big day if you wanted to. My daughter and I, we've kind of started this tradition where we make a Christmas cake and we just have fun little festivities. So it can be a new fun tradition to start if you don't already. All right. So let's see here. This poll is a little all over the place. I wasn't expecting this. I really thought a lot of people would say no, and maybe I was just the crazy one. Um, but I'll share the results here, and a good handful of you do. Or you at least watch some Christmas movies on Hallmark. Or some of you are saying that you might go ahead and start. So I appreciate seeing that. All right. So, what else do we got going on here today? What is so important about these produce pack treats that we are making? Well, of course, they're all going to be red and green. Okay, we're focusing on some festive fruits today, and here is what they have to offer. Okay, red fruits are going to be really rich in antioxidants. Okay, particularly things like lycopene. We've chatted about that before. If you've been hanging out with us this month, things like watermelon or guava or grapefruit, they get their bright reddish pink color from the antioxidant lycopene. Has lots of wonderful benefits, and same with anthocyanins as well. Anthocyanins is usually considered to be like that bluish purple hue in fruits, but it also contributes to the redness in things like strawberries, which we're going to be using a lot of today. Those antioxidants, great for heart health, but also red fruits are usually packed full of vitamin C, which can help support our immune system, which we want to think about all year long, right? Not just in the winter months. We want to think about it at Christmas and July too. Your green fruits, similar characteristics with that vitamin C and immune support, but a lot of your green fruits like kiwis, things of that nature are going to have lots of fiber, and that can contribute to good digestion as well as helping to support our heart too. Okay, so lots of great reasons to be celebrating Christmas in July with these festive fruits. This is what we're going to be making today, two fun creations, okay? We're going to be making some Santa sippers with Holly Jolly Ice Cubes, as well as a tropical Christmas cake. Okay, we're actually going to start with the tropical Christmas cake. Now, mind you, if you go onto our Savory Recipe Resource Center and type in tropical Christmas cake, it's not going to come up. Okay, that's just a little Shayna play on words here. We're actually going to be making from Savory the marinated strawberries with lime and basil, but we're going to top it onto a cake then. All right, here are the recipe links for both Giant and Martin's. And here are the ingredients. As you can see, very simple, just strawberries, lime, basil, The recipe does call for a bit of confectioner's sugar. I think that that's optional. I've made this recipe with and without. Today I'm going to use it without. If you do use confectioner's sugar, it's just going to kind of draw a little bit of that moisture out of the fruits and give a little bit of like a syrupy juice to them, which is fine. Or maybe you just do 1 tablespoon, or maybe we want to go all in fresh like we're doing today and not using the confectioner's sugar. Confectioner's sugar is just powdered sugar, interchangeable words there, okay? Here are the directions. We're going to go ahead and start making them, all right, because these do need to marinate just for a little bit. So we will make these, set them aside, and then we'll come back to our presentation to talk about the Santa sippers, all right? So let me stop sharing my screen here, and we will turn off this camera and head over to our ingredients. Guys, look at this. I know my watermelon nails, I've been talking about them for a month. They get one more day of fame today because now they're truly like Christmas in July. So many people are like, why are your nails Christmas? And that really wasn't the intent. The intent was just watermelons, but it is super fitting for today, right? Okay, so let me show you what I got here, starting off with the strawberries. We need 1 pound of strawberries that I have just diced up here for us already, okay? Yummy, looking good. So we'll set those to the side, and then we're just going to add a couple of other ingredients. We'll start off with our lime, okay? We just need the zest and the juice of 1 lime. So I'll go ahead and zest this in here first. I know I've mentioned this before if you've been hanging out with me for a while, but the color of the limes, they do matter, okay? These being a lighter green, that means that it's going to be a bit of a sweeter lime, which is great and something we would like to have for this dessert that we're making, compared to something like a darker green lime, which is going to be a bit more tart. So great for taco night, stuff like that, okay? Guys, I am not the best zester in the world, so I just kind of like pretend and get all that in there. Oh yeah, that looks good. So we'll zest what we can, and then we're gonna cut this in half and put all of the juice right in. I have made this recipe several times. I really like it, and you can use it in a lot of different ways, which I have a slide about this in my presentation for you to check out later. But we're going to be putting it on top of a cake today. You can put it on top of like grilled chicken, a steak, salmon, any of that. Or you could do like a salsa and have this with chips. I also think would be lovely. Anything goes with this, okay? Like I said, I've made it a lot. Holly and I actually made this one year when we did a joint presentation at the farm show. If any of you guys have come to see us at the farm show before, we made this and we put it on top of an olive oil cake, which was really lovely too. So once again, lots of possibilities with this recipe. I've also made it and put it on top of cheesecake before. Just really brightens it up. Once again, gives us that fresh, refreshing produce feel. So we're going to save this lime for decoration. Okay, we have the zest, we have the juice. Now we're going to add some basil. Okay, recipe calls for about 1/4 cup of basil. I'm just going to do whatever. I'm not going to measure it out. Just going to do it until it looks pretty. You could just tear this up if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and slice it a bit. Oh, it smells lovely. Let's push that to the side. Okay, we're just going to bunch this up here like this, kind of rolled. And then we're just going to do thin like strips or ribbons like this here. Okay, as much or as little as you would like. We'll add this in, see what it looks like, and then maybe do a bit more, okay? Bring this over, give it a toss. Guys, it smells so good. All right, the lime is maybe a little unexpected to go with the strawberries and the basil, but trust me, it really, really works. It's really nice. I'm gonna add some more of this in here. Okay. And then, like I said, we're just going to let this sit to the side before we put it onto our cake, just so those flavors can marry together like so. Okay. So just a moment here, and we will push that back. Now, let's bring up our presentation again and talk about these summer sippers. Okay. All right. So my screen should be back up here. I already went over this, different ways to use the marinated strawberries that we just put together. And then also a note, the cake that we're using today, Angel Food Cake, is on sale this week through Thursday. Okay, in my area, it's $1 off, so it's $5.99. We're going to talk more about the Angel Food Cake here in a minute and how we can transform something like this into something beautiful. All right, moving on to those Santa sippers. All right. If you were to go onto the Savory site, as I mentioned, under a different name, they're actually Strawberry-Kiwi Ice Cubes. The links are here. Directions as well on the next slide. Very simple in terms of ingredients. Strawberries, kiwis. Same thing, it calls for sugar. You don't have to use it. I did not use it in mine for today. Now, here are the directions. Essentially, you blend up the strawberries and you blend up the kiwis, okay? You're going to put the strawberry puree on the bottom of your ice cube, let that freeze for about 30 minutes, and then put your kiwi puree on top of that until they freeze in a solid layer. Now, if you're like, I don't really want to do all of this blending, waiting, all of that, that is okay. I kind of did a mixture of things today, all right? So there are some alternatives here. You could just do chopped strawberries. You could do basil, which I included in mine today because I thought that it would go well with our cake. But also mint would be really nice, maybe kind of playing off of peppermint for the holiday season, but bringing it into these sippers. Rosemary also would look beautiful, that tiny type look like a Christmas tree. Raspberries, cucumbers, green grapes, all of these could be used in the ice cubes instead, okay? So I will pull mine out in a moment. I want to wait so they don't melt or anything like that. Let's go ahead and go back to our ingredients here and assemble our cake. And then I'll pull out the ice cubes and we'll pull it all together. Now, like I said, the Angel Food Cake in our stores from our bakery, I love. All right. If you want to make your own Angel Food Cake, also love that idea. Angel Food Cake is one of my favorite things. I used to request it all the time for my gram for my birthday that she would make for me. Now my daughter loves it and we enjoy making it, but it's also super simple to just pick one of these up in the bakery. All right. So do that while they're on sale this week. And I'm just going to show you once again how we can elevate it. You could totally leave this right on here like this, serve it with the strawberry mixture on top. You guys know that I'm a little extra, so we're going to use the cake stand. I love cake stands. And we're just going to put that on top like so, okay? And now we'll just go ahead and begin to put our strawberry mixture on top. Now, guys, you could totally do like a layer of Cool Whip on here, a layer of yogurt. Neither one of those things is my jam, and I fully intend on eating this Angel Food Cake. So I'm not going to do that for mine, but it would add that nice, pretty whiteness to this for sure, okay, if you would like. But we're going to skip that step, and I'm just going to go ahead and start topping this. It's okay if some of it falls in the middle, falls off the sides. We'll go around a couple times so it's fully coated. You can see that it kind of sticks into the little bit of the divot circle around the top, all of which is fine and great. How lovely is this looking? You stay there, little strawberry. See, we'll put some of them on the side like that. It's so easy, right? We just bought an Angel Food Cake and now we're Just layering it with these marinated strawberries. Oh, so good. So fun. All right, I'll just add a little bit more here and then we'll move on and I'll play around with this more later before I take a picture for you guys, okay? But you get the gist. All right. Maybe you don't even use all of this. You save some of it for some chips and salsa or something else that you're making later. Let's get some more greenery in here. We need some more of this basil. How about that? There we go. Okay. Ta-da! Isn't that fun and pretty? Yes. Love it. Love it. Okay. We'll put that to the side, and now we will take a gander at our Santa summer sippers here, okay? I have 2 glasses. Now, in terms of what you use for the liquid, I also have a slide on this in the presentation in case you forget. You can use anything, right? We can just use regular ice water. I think seltzer waters can be really fun. 100% juice is also a great option. So this is our brand of strawberry seltzer that we carry in the store. I've used this for a lot of things. I think it has nice flavor, a nice little pop. If you're making this for the kids, the grandkids, maybe they're more accustomed to something like a juice. This is a kiwi strawberry, 100% juice from Juicy Juice, no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners. So I think either would be great. I think for today, I'm going to go with making mine with the strawberry seltzer, just so I can see my ice cubes a little bit better. I don't know why I feel like I'm acquiring a Southern accent right now while we talk about this. Anyway, as we go here, you can mix the two, right? We can make like a little mocktail here with this. But I think I'm just going to stick to the strawberry today. So let's go ahead and open this. I used this at a presentation the other week and I spilled it everywhere because it just, whoop. So we're going to try to, oh, perfect. Okay, didn't happen that time. Good. Let's go grab my ice cubes. Okay, give me just a moment here. Ta-da! Look how pretty these are, okay? So guys, I just went with the strawberry basil theme here. I did some that have like this one, these that are a little bit more pinkish, have the actual strawberry puree at the bottom. And then I did some water and basil on top. I didn't use any kiwi today. Some I just did with basil in. Maybe you have some folks that would rather not have the strawberry. Some I just did with strawberries. So endless possibilities, but I'm really pleased with how they turned out. I think they're super cute. So let's go ahead and get some of these in here. Look at that. Here's one that has the strawberry puree at the bottom. Super fun. Okay. We will very carefully put them in here. I feel like I'm going to treat them like a little baby because they're so beautiful. There we go. Okay, get some other ones. Here's a strawberry. And we'll do another strawberry. We need more, right? Let's do some more. Here's a basil. And we'll see what else we can pull out here. Perfect. Okay. Put this to the side. And now we will put in our strawberry seltzer. We could also cut a lime and put on the side of these. Maybe put some of the lime here. I might do that. Okay, let's put this in first. Okay. Some over here. And then, of course, as these ice cubes melt, you have the strawberry, you have the basil in there. How fun are those? Ta-da! Look how cute. So fun. Oh, I'm excited about these. Like I said, you could put a little lime wedge there. You could put a little lime wedge there. Where's my lime? Let me see how this looks. I don't know if I'm going to like it. Just a moment. Okay. Do we want a little lime nestled in there? Maybe. Might be too big. Hold on. Check it out. And we'll see. I'm not feeling that. We'll play around with that later. Maybe on the glass, okay? Um, Let me bring my screen back up here for you guys. And we'll finish out our presentation here. Okay. So, like I said, though, these ice cubes you could make with so many different types of red and green fruits or even veggies, in there too, with the cucumbers, some spa water. Santa would like some spa water, I'm sure. Um, Here are those suggested liquids, whether it be water, seltzer, or 100% juice. Here are the ones that I showcase for you today. All right. I hope you guys had so much fun with me today. I had a great time. Please try these things, and if you do, please share them with us. I really would love to know. Here's what is coming up the rest of this week. As you can see, we still have another class today. Okay, Charlotte's going to be back at 12 o'clock for Produce Spotlight. She's going to be making some mango strawberry slushies. And then she'll be back again tomorrow for Wellbeing Connection. Jenna's going to be having so much fun on Thursday for National Ice Cream Day. And then Charlotte, once again, another special class for the month of July is going to be doing a kids class. So have the kids ready, invite the grandkids over, make those banana yogurt bowls with Charlotte on Friday. That's at 10 a.m. Okay, it's another 10 a.m.er like today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you take care and have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and check out the Q&A. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them there.